All right, now back, 7.0, 7.4, test review, section 3. So simplifying each of the following. We're either multiplying, adding, or subtracting. In number 1, we are adding. We have 2x plus 7 plus 6x minus 1. So remember, when we're adding, we don't really have to worry about these parentheses. They just drop right off. 2x plus 7 plus 6x minus 1. And now I look for my like terms. 2x and 6x go together. They make 8x. Positive 7 and negative 1 go together for positive 6. So there is a solution number 1. Number 2, we have something a bit longer, and this is subtraction. So 4x to the third plus 7x squared minus x minus 3 minus 3x squared plus 2.8x minus 0.5. So with this subtraction comes something a little bit different. We can't just drop the parentheses like we did in number 1. Instead, I have to take this negative and make sure that it gets distributed, or it changes the sign of everything in the second set of parentheses. The first set of parentheses I can just drop, 4x to the third plus 7x squared minus x minus 3. And now here, my 3x squared becomes negative 3x squared. The plus 2.8x becomes negative 2.8x. And the minus 0.5 becomes plus 0.5. Now we go through and look for like terms. 4x to the third, there is no other x to the third, so that's just staying put, 4x to the third. 7x squared and a minus 3x squared, so that becomes a positive 4x squared. Negative x, so that's a negative 1x, I'm going to put a number there. And negative 2.8x, those guys go together for a negative 3.8x. And then finally the negative 3 plus 0.5, putting those together gets me negative 2.5. And and there's our solution for number 2. So we end up with 4x to the third plus 4x squared minus 3.8x minus 2.5. Okay, so that's the adding and subtracting. Number 3 brings us to multiplication. X plus 3 times 4x minus 5. So you can do this FOIL, distributive property, or area model, whichever works for you. I'll flip back and forth between the two. So this one I'll do FOIL, so that's where you take your first terms, the x and the 4x, and you multiply those to get 4x squared. And then you take your inner terms, your outer terms, FO, your outer terms, x and the 5. You multiply those to get a negative 5x. And then we do the inner terms, 3 times 4x, which is a positive 12x. And finally, the last terms, 3 times negative 5, which is a negative 15. Either way, we combine these middle terms here for a 4x squared plus 7x minus 15. Number 3, done. Okay, number 4. So number 4 has 3x minus 1 squared. Remember that this means 3x minus 1 times 3x minus 1. Otherwise, you end up missing your middle term. If I want to use area model here, I draw my box. This is factored form, so that's what's on the outside of the box. 3x minus 1, 3x minus 1. When I'm multiplying, I'm trying to fill in the box. When I'm factoring, I'm trying to take the numbers out of the box. So here, when I go to fill in, 3x times 3x is 9x squared. 3x times negative 1 is negative 3x. 3x times negative 1 is negative 3x. Negative 1 times negative 1 is a positive 1. I write out my four-term polynomial. I have 9x squared minus 3x plus 1. Combine my middle terms, and my answer is 9x squared minus 6x plus 1. Number 4. Number 5, very similar. I have 5x plus 7 squared. Again, remember this means 5x plus 7 times 5x plus 7. I'm going to FOIL this one. So 5x times 5x is 25x squared. 5x times 7 is 35x. 7 times 5x is 35x. 7 times 7, 49. Combine the middle terms. I get 25x squared plus 70x plus 49. All right, 6 and 7, multiplying 3 terms. Same as 2 with an extra step. So number 6, we have 2x minus 3 times x plus 4 times x plus 3. So I'm going to FOIL the first two, leaving the last one out, and then I'll do area model on the last one, just so we get to do both. So I'm not going to pay attention to this one right now. I'm just going to kind of leave this last one out. So I'm going to do 2x times x, which is 2x squared, 2x times 4, which is 8x, negative 3 times x, which is negative 3x, negative 3 times 4, which is negative 12. Now I'm going to combine my like terms. So I got these two middle terms to go together. So I have 2x squared plus 5x minus 12. So now I've expanded those first two parentheses. Now I'm going to bring down that third one, x plus 3. And I could FOIL this again, but I find that a lot of mistakes come here because of the trinomial and the binomial. So here it might be better for you to just do an area model, but remember one of your sides is going to need to have 3 terms. So I'm going to do my best to fit this on here. Hopefully this will work. So I will have 3 terms across the top and 2 terms on the side. So this will be 2x squared, 5x, negative 12, and this is x, and this is 3. All right, let's go filling in our boxes. 2x squared times x is 2x to the third. 5x times x is 5x squared, and negative 12 times x is negative 12x. On the bottom, 3 times 2x squared is 6x squared, 3 times 5x is 15x, and 3 times negative 12 is negative 36. Okay, I'm going to erase this top part here. You can go back, as always, if you need to, but I need some space to write this out. I don't want to go on to the next one because I feel like I'll lose you. So, okay, so I have 2x to the third plus 5x squared minus 12x plus 6x squared plus 15x minus 36. Okay, so there's all the numbers from the area model, and I combine like terms. So here we go. 2x to the third, there's nothing, so 2x to the third, it stays. 5x squared and 6x squared make 11x squared, because they're both positive. Negative 12x and positive 15x make a positive 3x, one being positive, one being negative. And then this minus 36, nothing to go with that, so minus 36. So here's what the final solution looks like for number 6. Okay, so do 2 parentheses at a time, and then you can go on and incorporate the third. So number 7, same exact idea, x minus 2 times 2x minus 1 times x plus 3. So again, I'm going to start my first 2 go away, my first two parentheses, and I'm just going to FOIL these. So 2, you can area model these too. You can do area model for both, it doesn't matter. The idea is just to expand the first two. So 2x times x is 2x squared. X times negative 1 is negative 1x. 2 times negative 2 times 2x is negative 4x, and negative 2 times negative 1 is a positive 2. Combine my like terms here, so 2x squared minus 5x plus 2. Now I bring down that third parenthesis times x plus 3. And I'm going to draw my area model. I have to go back and erase again, but that's okay. So 3 terms by 2. So here's 2x squared, negative 5x and the 2, and the x and the 3 on the side. 2x squared times x is 2x to the third. X times negative 5x is negative 5x squared. 2 times x is 2x. 3 times 2x squared is 6x squared. 3 times negative 5x is negative 15x, and 3 times 2 is 6. All right, let me erase these guys again so that I can write out this long polynomial here, and then we'll combine our like terms and be done. So 2x to the third minus 5x squared plus 2x plus 6x squared minus 15x plus 6. Going through, like terms, 2x to the third, there is none, so 2x to the third, it stays. Negative 5x squared, positive 6x squared, so that leaves me with just a 1x squared. Positive 2x, negative 15x makes negative 13x, and on the end, just a plus 6. Ta-da! 7 is done, so is section 3.